Hello, Los Angeles Lakers fan. We're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates. First of all, subscribe to the channel and like the video. It's crucial for you to stay informed with the news daily. Without further ado, let's get to the news. The news that has just shaken the NBA community is now official. Nick Richards has signed with the Los Angeles Lakers to serve as their backup center, and this move has the fan base buzzing with curiosity, speculation, and heated debate. For weeks, there were whispers that the Lakers front office was scanning the market for a reliable big man who could provide solid minutes behind Anthony Davis. And now we have the answer in the form of Richards, a player who has spent the past few years developing his craft and carving out a reputation as a hard-working rim protector with untapped potential. The Lakers have always been a team that attracts big names. But what makes this signing particularly fascinating is that it's not about glamour or superstar power. It's about a calculated gamble, a move to reinforce the roster with a player who may not yet be a household name, but brings tools that could make a genuine impact when the postseason intensity rises. Richards offers height, length, and a motor that can alter possessions, and the Lakers clearly see him as a piece that can be shaped into a crucial role player for their championship ambitions. The excitement surrounding this signing stems not only from the Lakers' needs, but also from a narrative of Nick Richards himself, a player whose path to the NBA was never guaranteed and whose progress has been gradual yet steady. Coming out of Kentucky, there were doubts about his ability to transition into the professional game, with critics pointing out his raw skills, inconsistent offensive arsenal, and lack of polish compared to his peers. Yet over time, Richards has silenced some of those doubts by working relentlessly to improve his conditioning, refining his shot-blocking instincts, and embracing his role as a defensive anchor whenever given the opportunity. In Charlotte, he had flashes where he demonstrated just how disruptive he could be in the paint, and it is those flashes that seem to have caught the Lakers' attention. They're banking on the idea that, surrounded by a winning culture and guided by veterans who know what it takes to succeed at the highest level, Richards can elevate his game to another tier and provide consistency where the Lakers have often struggled when Davis is off the floor. There is an undeniable sense of risk and intrigue here, because while Richards brings physical tools and potential upside, he is not a proven commodity in high-pressure moments. The Lakers, however, have a history of taking players overlooked by the wider league and putting them into situations where they thrive, sometimes becoming fan favorites, other times becoming essential cogs in deep playoff runs. This signing sends a message that the organization is not only thinking about star power, but also about depth, sustainability, and the grind of an 82-game season that demands contribution from the entire roster. Richards does not need to score 20 points a night. He does not need to be flashy, but he does need to bring energy, rebound with authority, defend with purpose, and make life difficult for opposing centers who think they can feast when Davis takes a breather. For the Lakers faithful, that's enough to spark cautious optimism, because depth in the front court has been a sore spot in recent years, and filling that gap could make a significant difference. From a stylistic perspective, Richards is the type of big man who thrives in roles that prioritize defense and hustle over offensive creativity. He sets hard screens, rolls to the basket with intent, and positions himself well to clean up misses and create second-chance opportunities. In a system where LeBron James orchestrates the offense and Anthony Davis often stretches the floor or operates as a hybrid big, Richards will likely be tasked with embracing the dirty work that doesn't always show up in highlight reels, but makes coaches nod in approval. Fans can already imagine him swatting shots into the stands at Crypto.com Arena, feeding off the energy of the crowd, and creating momentum swings that shift the tone of a game. It's easy to overlook a backup signing, but those who follow the league closely know that rotations shorten in the postseason, and every player who can contribute meaningful minutes without being a liability is golden. If Richards can prove reliable, his presence could extend Davis's stamina and allow the Lakers to avoid overworking their star in the regular season, which has long been a concern for management. Reactions online have ranged from excitement to skepticism, which is expected whenever the Lakers make a move, no matter how big or small. Some argue that Richards is exactly the kind of underrated addition who thrives under the bright lights of Los Angeles, a player who will benefit from structure, guidance, and the opportunity to compete alongside some of the greatest players of this generation. Others see this as a minimal upgrade, questioning whether Richards truly moves the needle or if he will be exposed in matchups against elite bench bigs in the Western Conference. But that's the beauty of this rumor-turned reality. It's a story still waiting to unfold. The tension between doubt and belief is what fuels conversations, and as training camp approaches, every practice report, every preseason minute, and every comment from the coaching staff will be dissected. The Lakers thrive on drama, both on and off the court, and Richard's arrival adds yet another chapter to the never-ending saga of this franchise that always finds itself at the center of attention. At the heart of this signing is strategy. The Lakers know that their window with LeBron James is limited, and they're under pressure to maximize every opportunity to contend while he is still playing at a high level. That means surrounding him and Davis with players who can hold their own, absorb specific assignments, and prevent the team from collapsing in moments of rest or adversity. Richards is not a superstar, but he represents the kind of tactical move that championship-caliber teams make, ensuring that weaknesses are minimized and strengths are reinforced. For the Lakers, having a dependable backup center has been an Achilles heel in recent years, and now they have placed a bet on Richards being that solution. Whether this gamble pays off remains to be seen, but the decision reflects a front office that is not afraid to think differently, to go beyond big names, and to recognize value where others might not. It's official, Nick Richards is a Laker, and the story of his role in purple and gold is just beginning. The buzz didn't end with the announcement. In fact, it only grew louder as analysts began to break down the implications of Nick Richards joining the Lakers. Some pointed out that this move could reshape the second unit's identity, allowing the bench to maintain defensive intensity and rebounding presence without relying solely on small ball lineups. Others suggested that this could be the front office's way of testing Richards in a low-pressure role, potentially grooming him into a more significant contributor in the future. The Lakers have a tradition of squeezing value out of players who are underestimated elsewhere, and Richards fits that mold perfectly. For years, the purple and gold have turned whispers into headlines, often proving critics wrong, and the possibility of Richards becoming the latest success story is fueling anticipation. This is not just about adding a name to the roster. It's about rewriting the perception of what depth looks like for a franchise that has championship standards etched into its DNA. As fans debated the move, attention turned to how Richards would adapt to the bright lights and expectations of Los Angeles. The Lakers are unlike any other organization in the NBA. The scrutiny is relentless, the media coverage is constant, and the demand for excellence never takes a night off. For Richards, this is both an opportunity and a challenge, because stepping into this environment requires more than skill. It requires mental toughness, humility, and the ability to thrive under pressure. Many players have come to Los Angeles and struggled to meet those demands, while others have embraced them and elevated their careers to heights they never thought possible. The intrigue lies in which path Richards will take. Will he be overwhelmed by the spotlight, or will he see it as the ultimate proving ground to show the league what he can do? That question lingers in every conversation about him right now, and it adds another layer of suspense to the upcoming season. The coaching staff will play a huge role in determining whether Richards succeeds in this new chapter. Darvin Ham and his assistants are known for emphasizing defense, accountability, and effort, which aligns well with Richards' skill set. If they can harness his energy, refine his defensive discipline, and guide him toward consistent execution, the Lakers might unlock a valuable rotation piece who thrives in specialized matchups. Richards doesn't need to reinvent himself. He needs to double down on what he does best while cleaning up the areas that have held him back. That means avoiding foul trouble, reading offensive schemes faster, and staying engaged even when he's not directly involved in the play. It sounds simple, but in the high-octane environment of the NBA, those details make the difference between being trusted in crunch time or being stapled to the bench. Richards' ability to absorb coaching, stay patient, and focus on his role will be pivotal, and the Lakers are clearly betting that he is ready for that responsibility. Fans are already picturing scenarios where Richards' contributions could tip the scales in meaningful games. Imagine a tight matchup against Denver where Anthony Davis picks up early fouls and Richards steps in to clog the paint, protect the rim, and frustrate Nikola Jokic for a few crucial minutes. Or envision a playoff series where the Lakers need extra bodies to battle physical bigs, and Richards' length and energy give them exactly what they need. These are the possibilities fueling optimism among those who see this move as more than just a depth signing. The beauty of basketball is that sometimes the smallest decisions, a player's box out, a timely block, an offensive rebound, swing the outcome of a game or even a series. Richards may never dominate a box score, but his potential to influence those invisible moments is what makes this acquisition compelling. Lakers fans have learned over time that championships aren't won by stars alone. They're won by the collective, and Richards is now part of that collective effort. Of course, not everyone is convinced. Critics argue that Richards is still too raw, too inconsistent, and too untested to be trusted in big moments. They point out that in Charlotte, his opportunities were limited for a reason, and that expecting him to suddenly blossom in Los Angeles might be wishful thinking. Some even suggest that this signing could be more about filling a roster spot than making a real impact, a way of buying time while the front office continues to explore bigger moves. This skepticism is not without merit because the NBA is ruthless and good intentions don't guarantee results. But the flip side of that argument is equally powerful. Sometimes all a player needs is the right environment, the right teammates, and the right stage to unleash their full potential. For Richards, this could be the fresh start that transforms him from a fringe player into a respected contributor, and the Lakers are willing to see if that possibility can become reality. Before we continue, we ask that you leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Lakers updates. Moving on, as the dust settles, one thing is certain. Nick Richards' signing has ignited conversations, and conversations are what keep the Lakers at the forefront of basketball culture. Every rumor, every transaction, every whispered report becomes part of the ongoing narrative that surrounds this iconic franchise. Richards' arrival is just the latest chapter, but is one that fans and analysts alike will watch with keen interest. Will he prove to be a hidden gem, a role player who makes all the difference in tight battles? Or will he fade into the background as just another name on a long list of experiments? Only time will tell, but in the meantime, the speculation is endless. The debates are fiery, and the excitement is palpable. In Los Angeles, every move matters, and Richards now carries the weight of wearing the purple and gold, a jersey that demands everything from those who put on. This is official, this is real, and this is the beginning of a story that could surprise everyone. The timing of this move also carries weight, because the Lakers have been carefully managing their roster construction with an eye toward balancing present competitiveness and future flexibility. Adding Nick Richards does not compromise their cap space in a significant way, and it gives them an asset they can develop without the pressure of immediate stardom. That balance is crucial when building around players like LeBron James and Anthony Davis, who demand win-now urgency but also need reliable support to extend their dominance. Richards, in many ways, represents the middle ground, a player with youth, energy, and upside, but one who can also plug immediate gaps in rebounding and rim protection. It's a subtle reminder that not every impactful move has to come in the form of a blockbuster trade or headline-grabbing signing. Sometimes the best pieces are the ones that quietly fit the puzzle, waiting for their moment to shine when the spotlight finds them. For the Lakers, Richards is both a contingency plan and a potential surprise weapon, and that duality makes this signing more intriguing than it first appears on paper. As the anticipation builds, one can't help but notice how this signing has already energized discussions within the Lakers community. Social media threads are filled with fans analyzing his 36 numbers, highlighting clips of his defensive stops, and speculating how he'll mesh with the existing roster. It's almost as if Richards has become a litmus test for what fans value most. Some crave star power and dismiss depth moves as inconsequential, while others see the beauty in calculated risks and hidden potential. Regardless of where one stands, the signing has done what every front office hopes for. It has captured attention and sparked passion. That, in itself, is part of the Lakers' mystique. Every decision, no matter how small, becomes magnified on this stage. Richards now steps into an environment where expectations are sky-high, but also where opportunity is abundant. If he embraces the grind, silences the doubters, and seizes his chance, he could etch his name into the story of one of the most storied franchises in sports. And that possibility alone is why the buzz around Nick Richards and the Lakers isn't going away anytime soon. Stay informed exclusively about Los Angeles Lakers news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep receiving daily updates. Also, share your opinion on the news in the comments, as your contribution is crucial for the Lakers. Stay tuned for the next video.